What is up, everyone? I am MTG Flux, and welcome back for another video of We Draft Paper. This is our last week of Avatar: The Last Airbender before the new set of Lorwyn Eclipse comes out. So, got some excitement around that action, so enjoy it. Hang out with us. If you guys like what we do here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you all so much, and enjoy the video. All right, let's get into this nonsense today. This is episode 24 of We Draft Paper. So last week of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so got some excitement, want to end with a bang is kind of the urge all the time. And going through our first pack here, we have the Great Divide Guide, which is a nice card to first pick. With a consider, it's not like the most busted thing, but what it does is it opens a lot of doors. And starting your draft in a place that you can do a lot of different things and provide flexibility is really good. So what Great Divide Guide does, it makes all your lands and allies tap for any color of mana. So immediately looking for allies. Already a really good pack there with 4 good commons. We got Suki as well. May isn't necessarily what I'm looking for, but if you look, Zhang Zhang's Deserters, Watery Grasp, and Firebending Lesson, I think these are, and then even the Walltop Sentries. Like 4 cards I would just really just put into this deck based off the information I have right now. I think the strongest card is Firebending Lesson, so we ended up going a little bit into that space. Suki's pretty good. There is an argument for just taking Suki here, but I think Firebending Lesson. I also think there's a closer argument than you may think for Zhang Zhang's Deserters, just for the need for 2-drops in this set. But here we got the Rebellious Captives or something like that. So get a nice little green 2-drop. This back is a little less. So I mean, we also have Professor Zay, and we also have like Quench, which are playable and of what we're trying to do. But yeah, got Allies at Last. Nice little removal spell in green. Understanding that I want to be a form of base green if I'm going to try to lean into the flexibility of Great Divide Guide. So, feeling good. Got some Gruul stuff going on, but like, I'm not looking at colors in the sense of like, what are my 2 colors? I'm looking to try to just pick up. I'm more leaning into picking up just good cards since I already started with Great Divide Guide. Hedging towards like a higher ceiling for this deck. This draft was really, really fun. I went 2-1. My first round, I beat a Esper, like a pretty strong Esper deck. It has some nice synergies through it, but I beat him in 3, and then my round 2 opponent was a mono green, and you will see what happens that because I do have gameplay provided for that game. But his deck was absolutely like insane. This is an interesting pick. We got some good uncommons here with May, Combustion Man, and Guru Patik. And Gran. Join the Dance is kind of like a strategy that I can lean into, but they're not allies. That was ultimately why I didn't pick that up. But I think Gran's a really nice pick. This was kind of an important pick for the rest because it kind of like opens my door to draft lessons, and this deck ends up being like a nice array of allies with benefit and lessons with benefit. So ends up being pretty cool at the final product. Then we get I try to get Beifong's Bounty Hunters. I think Beifong's Bounty Hunters is just a strong card. I think taking it's not crazy. Would I have changed my mind at this point? I probably would have took the Seismic Sense, like knowing what I know now. But I don't think this is a bad pick. Leaving those doors open is important. We just want to take strong cards, and that's why we're here. We can do that. We'll find our fixing. We'll be good, especially after getting Great Divide Guide. So I was actively pushing towards fixing. I wanted to have, I lean on like permanent cards, like non-land permanent cards to help my fixing a lot in this set. But I think the lands have its own avenue, and I will say my mana base was actually really good for a draft deck, and not really much. I think I should have took the Watery Grasp in that spot. A little removal would have been fine based off of what I ended up doing, because I didn't even end up playing the Zuko with no real benefit. Sokka's Haiku is not a card that I really want to main deck, but will if necessary. Get some color organization in my pack. Normally I don't always kind of thumb through and try to find it, but I see this Snowballers. So it is an ally. There will be benefit there, and it's just a nice tempo card if I can get a couple of them. I ended up with 3. And it actually did the job very finely. It won me some games. My creatures weren't like insane, but I had like a surge of card advantage compared to all my other opponents, and you will see as that goes on. I was kind of thumbing through the Platypus Bear, and then the 2/1 haste, because the 2/1 haste is an ally, or maybe it was the 2/2. Yeah, it was the 2/2. Tap, give something, can't be blocked by power or with power 2 or less. So just like some small micro decisions there to get us where we're going. So I'm in Temur space. This is probably the most spread of undialed colors that I am at this point, because I dial in a little bit, but I also just want to take good cards. The Disciples, that's what the card was. Not a great pack, but Abandoned Air Temple. I am not white, but I understand that I can probably still play it. And I will say, the card just won me some games tonight, like, period. Card's great. Yeah, some of the lands are just playable cards within itself. It is so nice because you can take those cards, and they don't taking it first pick's probably a little bit more ambitious, but because there's just other better cards. But like, it's self engines, it's easy to deal with, easy to execute. Here we get an Accumulate Wisdom, Agnaquel land, once again, like, not going to prioritize that, even though I wouldn't mind that land at all. But Accumulate Wisdom, I got a Grand, like, there's going to be some benefit there. That's the combo, because you get Grand. I was waffling through this pick pretty hard, because it was hard. You get the Herbalist, True Ancestry, which I think True Ancestry is just a fantastic card. And then the Tea Shop land, and then an Azorius land that I wouldn't mind either. So this is going to help play all my allies and be an ally generator in the late game, if need be. But I think True Ancestry is just what this deck wants. I ended up with a nice array of uncommon lessons, like some of the strong ones in green and blue. And it literally carried me. I had a really strong uncommons, like I had a lot of uncommons, and they were quite strong. They are what carried me. I had no bombs, I had no things like that, but this was a good pack. You had Accumulate Wisdom and Iroh's Demonstration. I'm wrapped around my head about just being double Accumulate Wisdom, which doesn't usually happen because they get taken quite highly. So I'm feeling okay about that pick. Iroh's Demonstration would have been really nice, but I don't think the end of the world. So, not feeling bad about this spot at all. I know I'm just card value land. So, I'm not looking to be black very much. So, interesting pack here with the Razor Rings and then the Snowballers, but the Water Tribe Rallier is a speculation because I do want to play the Abandoned Air Temple. So, I think picking a card up like this is actually going to be really nice. Yes, I am 4 colors, and I know. Nice Snowballers, but we get Shared Roots here. I love Shared Roots. I also like the Raucous Audience, and but Shared Roots is if I'm playing all these colors, I'm going to need those cards to support me. Kind of a bust pack, but we pick up a land here. A nice land for us as well. Our lands were pretty good. Pretty good. And Agna Quell. So, getting some easy slots to support and my flow through as far as how these games go. Just having lots of different utilities. There's always things for me to do, which is going to raise my percentage of hitting cards that I want to see. So, yeah. Get a late Herbalist here. That's a gift. So at this point, I'm in the space of, all right, I need cards to let me win. You know, that's what I'm needing. The Flyer is actually great in this deck. Late Rowdy Snowballers. This is just turning into a tempo deck. I need to get through with medium creatures, so like anything that kind of delays them in any way is going to be big, especially in stack formation like that. If you guys like this TV series, please like, comment, and subscribe. Provide me that feedback. I appreciate it so much. We took a nice long break after the holidays. I had some personal life change, which has been super great to me, but had to make some adjustments as far as how I'm delegating my time, and because I do work a full-time job and stay super busy. But I love doing this, and this is not something that I want to give up. But I am back on the commitment of trying to get my videos per day and provide the content for you all. This is a nice situation. We got the Submersible, another Rallier, Water Tribe Rallier. Daily Agents, what I do kind of have my eye on, because I do have the Abandoned Air Temple. It's a nice little thing to put counters on things and swing in hard with the Daily Agents and just get a big drain out of them. But the Submersible is just too good. Too good. Best form of Mana War we've seen on a permanent like that. Firebending Lessons, nice here. Haru is not bad neither. If you see in that pack, there are three. There's the red shrine, the blue shrine, the red shrine, and the white shrine. The guy, Nathan, right next to me, my buddy, he opened it and he just started laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I consider it. Yeah, I'd take the red shrine. I think it's ambitious. That's ambitious. But this is a we had two 6-person pods, so we had 12 people total, but they split them up into 6 and 6. So like things wheel. Like, so we get that option, which is nice. This was a tough pick because there's a green shrine too. I'm like, snap, but I have to make a responsible decision here. Like, I could do that. Because now, I mean, being multicolored shrines is not a bad place to be. And I have the red shrine. That is the one that isn't here. But I think this Firefly Dragon is actually way too good in this deck to not play. Another Shared Roots gift. So 2 Shared Roots and a True Ancestry for like strong green lessons, and I have 2 Accumulate Wisdoms. So like we're feeling good in the lesson count. And 2 Firebending lessons. So we get the white shrine here. So I'm like, ooh, I could, if I just wheel one more shrine, I'm in it. So what ends up happening is they all don't come back for whatever reason. So all those fun sponges out there just ruined my day. Interesting pick. We can do another Snowballers, being an ally, which is nice. Hawk is never a bad place to be. Kind of a weaker pack. Rocky Rebuke would have been just a fine card, but I need better quality creatures in order to want to play that guy. So we are not in a bad place, but I'm still looking around. I'm like, how do I win? I mean, I do have a tempo game plan and very strong card advantage, cheap card advantage things going on. So like that is definitely not nothing, but there's a lot of good cards in this set. So I'm on the fence whether at this point whether it's good or not. Come to find out, I was very happy with how this went. 2-1, and I lost to one of the best decks that I've seen, that I've played against throughout this whole set being out with this mono green deck. But Lord, the other games just felt really good. And what's crazy about, you guys will see because the gameplay is here. So I get the shrine here, but I'm like, this land is looking a little bit better. This is tough for me. I mean, the fixing is super important. The fixing was one of the better parts of the deck. Even though the shrine is fixing, I just think raising my floor is going to be more important than like being hopeful for a dream. Especially when in a deck like this that needs support like that, it becomes that gets real. So get a little otters here. Yeah, we're feeling good. This is probably the most the fun deck because just all the really good uncommons. Excuse me. We take the Earth Kingdom Soldiers. Here's what the deck looks like. Got incredibly strong lessons, and then we are playing the 2 shrines. I think the 2 shrines is going to be good enough, and a really good lands to support us, and then very statement driven 2-drops to get us through. And we're into gameplay now. I lost every die roll for this evening. So I was just like, I will go second every single time. His deck was crazy. And he plays I'm spoiling, but he just plays turn one Turtle Deck, and like it's actually good. Turtle Deck. I meme on the card because like it's so much investment into it and it's easily stopped, but no one wants to spend like their removal spell on a one drop like that. Just like Ragavan or something like that. You just like, well, I gotta deal with it, even though I have to spend multiple mana and blah blah blah. Love seeing land go from him, so setting up my life. Shared Roots. Let's get a land. Trying to hit all my colors. I think I'm missing blue at this point, so that's what I go for. Am I about to get Turtle Duck bopped? No, he actually said, what did he say? He is, I wreck you with my 4/4. It was funny. Yeah, but that's how he's spending his turn. Like, I'm okay with that. Not adding to the board at all. Just basically tap 3, deal 4. I naturally draw the planes, which is nice. Rowdy Snowballers. Slow down Turtle Deck. He has all these pretty lands and he has the odd ones. So Haru, I do have Firebending Lesson, so he almost Earth Bends, but it only Earth Bends with other allies hitting the battlefield. So I just take care of young Haru right here. Because my deck is not great against a go wide strategy. Play the white Air Temple. It kind of feels waste and feels bad, but this was more of a mana efficiency usage here. And not our best moment, but it's okay. I have really busted turns throughout, but this was more not really where I wanted to be. My deck just doesn't. I mean, I think I played 13 or 14 creatures, so it's not like I can't get a board like this, but it's a lot of spells that I'm leaning into as far as getting there. Earth Kingdom General is really, really good. Probably one of my favorite cards of the set. Alright, so we're able to block a little bit here. Let's see what I muster up, but note that I have 2 lessons in the yard. Crack draw. Doesn't look like I have quality plays here. Kind of feels bad, but it's alright. Understanding if he just like kills my Rowdy Snowballers, I'm just kind of cooked. But sorry, we're getting a big glare in here. I need some blackout shades. Keep it dark and abysmal. Badgermolka or Badgermole, not great. Not great for the home team. I mean, I felt the fact that he was monocolor like the whole time. It was just, I felt like I'm doing all this stuff and he's just playing like quality 4-drop, quality 5-drop. Gotta hit in with the Turtle Deck, you know. was about to play Haru too, which, you know, could have led to some bad avenues for myself. True Ancestry, bringing back a land, make a clue. Now it kind of feels bad just playing with my cards, especially when I bring back a land. Because I would have liked the Rowdy Snowballers to go to the yard and then bring it back, but I don't want to wait another turn for that for sure, for mana efficiency reasons. Accumulate Wisdom. Draw 3. Yay! Abandoned Air Temple, which is live next turn. I had one of my games where Boomy Bash took out one of my Abandoned Air Temple. I did not see it coming. They got me with that one. Still end up winning that guy, but then he slams Kiyoshi, the Legend of Kiyoshi. I'm like, cool. Draw your 4 cards, then Earthbend 1,000. Card's great. Couple episodes, or was the last episode? I got Kiyoshi, but my deck was just medium. Medium. This deck is a lot better. Get rid of the Badger Mole. Sacrifice my Snowballers. Life is scary. I don't quite remember how these plays went, but there is a consideration of Abandoned Air Temple with whatever creatures I decide to play here. Agniquella. Too late for these utility lands. Grand. Nailed it. Accumulate Wisdom. No, cracking a clue. Kind of digging a little bit. Yeah, I was taking a couple seconds to make sure I'm tapping the right mana. Since I was out of the Abandoned Air Temple range, decided to get rid of both my white sources. But it's good to slow up sometimes and just make sure you don't tap irresponsibly. He is up to 28, casual. Fairly certain I just give it up this turn. I show him 5 lands in Badger Mole, so whatever I block is going to have trample anyways. 5 lands in my hand. So that Accumulate Wisdom that I drew 3 cards on was just 3 lands. Sad. Sad. All right, getting on to game 2. Spoiler alert. I put up a good fight, but it doesn't get much better. Just his deck is so creature based, and like once he gets to like 4 or 5 mana, then I'm cooked. It's kind of like, I mean, there's things I can do, but I have to dump a lot of resources to get there, so I have to rely on tempo. I just need to get creatures out early, kind of chip in and make some early difference and tempo out for the rest of the game. This, I think, was a two-lander that I kept. It was pretty good. I think I have turn 1 Grand. Yeah. I drew so many cards with Grand this game. Feels good. Turtle Duck. Not again. Attack. Loot. Off a Grand. I know I do have one Accumulate Wisdom in hand. Obviously don't really want to fire it off right now. We want to start adding to the board and progressing my gameplay. Alright, Teamer lands. Swing with Grand. Shared Roots, get a land, leave a Firebending Lesson. We hit our Quadtron. Colors activated. Ruckus Audience. He's on some ramp plan himself. But easy target for that to slow up. I really don't want him to get on Kyoshi time, so Submersible. I got him. First blood. We did it, guys. Put that turtle duck back in your hand. Alright, it's keeping up on lands. Yeah, this seems good. So with that trigger on the stack, I end up killing his Earth Kingdom General, so he does not get the 2 life, but he does still get his Earth Bending too. So feeling a lot better this game than I did the last, but we still need to keep things moving. As you can see, I'm kind of, doing a lot of card moving, looting, drawing. And Great Divide, guys, and nice pickup here because now Grand taps for mana and also loots every time she does. Water Tribe Rallier. We got some momentum, friends. We got some momentum. Let's go. Accumulate Wisdom. Draw 3 for 1. Was I for 1? No, not that time. Dang. Hit my land drop. Submersible. Attack you. Badger Mole. Spending his turn, do that is interesting. But like I don't have the immediate. If I have the immediate answer on Bachamol, I think I'm like crushing. I think it's a different game. But both these games, I just saw so many lands. Dragonfly, which is really good for us. We need that in order to win. Look, we're getting there. But the problem is my attacks. I'm not really in a space where I want to give up all my resources. So like attacking is just bad. He has 2/4/4s in play. Definitely should have looted with Grand before my plays. My Jim Davis Mountain that he signed for me. So things take its own turn. Things get a little bad. Over here like Kyoshi. Yeah, he just starts destroying everything. He's going to have to pay the ward for that. This takes away my opportunity. I got to leave up these creatures, I think, to suppress some of his attack, but it just doesn't get better. He just starts beating in. I think I'd take it here, which I think is ambitious. I had an opportunity to make some trades in that spot. Only one green up. He could have had the pillar, whatever, give +2/+2 on tap reach or whatever. But I think I could have made blocks that could have got that job done. So I'm just reading the board here, and I actually kill myself. You'll see that I kind of take back a blocker because I'm actually just dead on board. I'm like, oh, can I leave back a blocker? And it just doesn't matter. So I kind of run it back. He lets me just because he's a good guy. But I was like, math should have been for attackers there because I did not look at the crackback damage. But that's all right. You would think at 12 I'd feel a little bit better about my life. But at any rate, once again, if you guys like this TV series, please like, comment, subscribe. This is why we do it. I love Paper Magic, and especially in the form of draft. I think it's the most pure and fun way to play the game. And yeah, if you guys like it, please like it. And if not, comment on that you don't like it. Rocky Rebuke, game over. Send it, ship it, love it, kiss it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in the next episode, and I'll get back on my video train and provide some fun stuff for us to do. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Peace.